Okay, hi guys, in this tutorial you will learn how to input number from console application. So to do that we need an integer variable to hold our data. Okay, let's try this one. So for our variable int, let's say for example our variable name is num1. Okay, so let's try the previous lesson. So how to accept input from a user. So we need to use num1 is equals to console red line. Okay, so as you can see we have an error. No, it says that the next line of character from input stream or null if now more lines are available. Meaning to say that we cannot use num1 to hold an input from a keyboard, since this is an integer and console.readline will only accept a string value. So what are you going to do is to change this one into string. Okay, so you need to change this one string str num1 and then this one. Okay, so if we try to run this program, it's working, but itong input na to, itong 122 is not a number, instead it's a string value, since our variable or data type used for to hold this data is a string. So how are we going to convert that one? So there are so many methods to convert this input to another data type. So since we need only a number, so to do that we need to parse or to convert this variable to another data type. Okay, so let's add a variable here, int num1. Okay, so num1 now, num1 is equals to cr or when you try to convert a string number into an integer number, so this step would be int 32, or you could use 16, but it's safe when you use int 32. It allows us to put a huge number, and then dot parse, and then we have to put this variable inside the parameter. Alright, so that's how are you going to implement a number, or to input a number from console readline method. Okay, so let's continue this one. So let's say we have another variable str num2, and then this one is num2. So actually you can make your own variable name, but for me this is good. Okay, so copy this one, int okay. So what I'm going to do now is I want to add this number. I want to get the sum of num1 and num2, so let's add another variable. Sum is equals to num2 plus num. Okay, so let's change it into num1 2 plus num2. So where's an error here? So here let's put an equal sign. Okay, so What if I add strsum here? What will happen when I have an expression like strsum is equals to num1 plus num2? So as you can see, we have an error because num1 and num2 is an integer value and strsum is a string value. Okay, so we cannot do that here. So instead that we use the string num1 and also the str num2. So what will be the result of this expression? So let's see in the console. So that right line sum, this one. Okay, let's add sum, then okay, so let's check. Okay, so let's try to input 3 and 5. So as you can see, at the first result we have sum is equals to 8, since 3 plus 5 equals to 8 is 1. That's an integer. And then another line is strsum, which is 3 and 5. This is not 35, but this is 3 and 5. It only augment, no? It will only augment 3 and 5 here. So since this is a string value, so cr num1 plus cr num2 is 3 and 5. Okay, so when you try to add a string number as previous discussion or the previous tutorial, so this is what we call augmented or concatenation method.